Hi, everybody. It's Jay, and I am back in the booth with you for another sneak peek video preview for this week's new release here on Say with Jay. This week, our new release is episode 1 of the 5th and final book in Jessie Gussman's Baxter Boys Sweet Romance series, For Keeps With You. Now, I'll have a little bit more about the story and a preview for you in just a bit, but first, I wanted to share with you some thoughts about a devotion I saw this past week. It's centered around 2 Peter chapter 1, verses 5 and 6. For this very reason, make every effort to add to your faith goodness, and to goodness knowledge, and to knowledge self-control, and to self-control perseverance, and to perseverance godliness. That devotion really kind of jumped out to me because sometimes I have issues with self-control. I mean, we all do. And sometimes it's big things like behaviors that aren't healthy for us. Or sometimes it's smaller things like maybe, trouble overspending or something that you want to eat that might blow up your diet. Case in point, this past weekend, I bought all my trick-or-treat candy. Now, I did this ostensibly because it was on sale, and I also may have overbought a little bit. Again, ostensibly, because I said in my head, I'd rather have too much than too little, and hey, if I've got bags left over, I can return them because Costco's got a great return policy. I don't even think I really believed that when I said it. And so now I've got a month-long battle of trying not to dip into the candy before the kids even show up. And I'll probably be facing similar fights around the end of November for Thanksgiving and the end of December for Christmas. But it occurred to me more in what the devotion author said afterwards that, willpower and self-control is a tough thing. And, that when we fight to have willpower with just ourselves, it can be a real challenge. But maybe what we should do is look at 2 Peter and realize that we need to look to the Lord for strength. Because if we will, instead of trying to have our own willpower, we look at God's will power, when we focus and release everything to Him, He can give us the strength to persevere. I just thought that was a really neat way of thinking about that, and I just wanted to share it with you guys. Anyway, let's talk a little bit more about For Keeps With You. So, For Keeps With You is the story of Dusty Gibson. And let's go ahead and get this out of the way. Dusty is neither a Baxter nor a boy, but she is essentially an honorary member of their family. She's been around them for years and years. And Dusty is a professional motocross racer, and she is on the verge of becoming the first female points champion in that sport, when she suffers a rather terrible accident and is faced with a lengthy recovery and the possibility that she might not race again. It's also the story of Roland Bryant. Roland is her physical therapist, and he came to become one after his own harrowing accident, and he has yet to be able to recover fully from that, not physically, but mentally. And can these two together work through these things and maybe find something more? Now, I'm not going to give you the answer to that. You well know. You're going to have to come back and listen to these episodes to find out. But for now, here is a few minutes of the first episode of For Keeps With You. I hope you enjoy it. Then you'll come back this Friday for episode 1 here on Say With Jay. Dusty Gibson focused her eyes on the black number 2 before slamming the visor of her helmet down. The noise of the other competitors faded out, making her feel like she had entered an alternate reality. Her bike rumbled beneath her. The 2 changed to a 1. She flicked her wrist, twisting the handle and pumping the gas. With her other hand, she squeezed the clutch. Her bike trembled in eager anticipation. The 1 turned sideways. 2 seconds later, the gate fell. Dusty dropped the clutch and twisted her wrist. Engines screamed around her. Grabbing the clutch, she jerked her foot, caught second, and sprang ahead. A guy in purple on her left edged closer. On her right, a yellow jersey and a red jersey fought for position. She jammed third, then fourth gear, keeping her eyes on the first jump. Ideal position would be the leader of the pack at that point. She hadn't gotten to be the points leader in motocross racing by running in the back. Running wide open, she angled to the left, toward Purple Shirt, who was running even with her. From her practice runs, she knew the direct middle of the jump had a slight dip that, hit the wrong way, would cause her bike to flip end over end. Not what she wanted to have happen with a whole class of 15 aggressive racers behind her. Purple Shirt gave the space, then pushed back. Dusty jerked to avoid smacking his foot peg. Her bike caught, her handlebars twisted. She jerked them back, keeping the throttle on wide open. Sweat trickled down her forehead. The visor on her helmet steamed up, fogging her vision. She could see the horizon where blue met brown, but couldn't judge the distance to the first jump. 50 feet? 30? She needed to get out of the middle. Pushing again at Purple Shirt, she refused to allow anything but cool determination to sit in her chest. She'd done this 1,000 times before. But Purple Shirt either didn't see her or was determined to keep her boxed in. The latter was quite possible, since she was the current points leader and, hence, the person to beat. Her bike screamed beneath her. She twisted hard on the throttle, keeping it wide open. She wanted to catch a big lift on that jump, but not from the middle. Changing up, she pushed against Yellow Shirt on her right. But Red Shirt ran tire to tire with him, and he couldn't give her the space if he wanted to. She tried Purple Shirt again. Still no budging. In a split second, her 3 options ran through her brain. Force Purple Shirt to move, with contact if necessary, risking a crash for both of them. Slow down, let him and Red and Yellow go by, which was surely the plan of the other 3 leaders, or shift her weight off her front tire and hit the jump flat in the middle. The third option would have been the only one she would have considered, except she couldn't see. She hadn't expected it to be this hot, and she hadn't put her anti-fog on her visor. Rookie mistake. A decision had to be made, fast. Pushing once more at Purple Shirt, who didn't budge from her side, she crouched on her pegs and squinted, wanting to get the timing just right. Pulling up would slow her down. Not much, but enough to let the others get ahead. Where she wanted to be. Where she was going to be. Nothing was going to stop her from becoming the first female motocross champion. Suddenly, the jump loomed up in front of her, faster than she had estimated. She stood and leaned back, but she was a millisecond too late. Her front tire dipped. Her body hitched forward. Her bike kicked up, and she was flung over the handlebars, spread eagle in the air. Purple Shirt had decided at the last minute to move over, giving way to a guy in a blue shirt. She caught it out of the corner of her eye in the split second she hung upside down and backward in the air. The split second before he crashed into her. A crack sounded loud in her ears. Pain flared up her back and out both arms. Her body flung wildly. She saw the next bike coming and tried to twist, but the pain radiated out in sharp spikes, and her mind went black. Hi, this is Jay, and thanks for listening. If you're ready for another great audiobook, here's one we think you might like. Or check out the playlist with all our latest releases. Don't forget to subscribe to Say with Jay, give this video a thumbs up, and tell us what you liked in the comments.